Hi everyone, welcome to the OAG RC. It is the first race weekend for the finale of the Orchard Raceway. I'm super excited. I know that you are too, because I've seen all your comments on the voting as to who's going to win. And it's you know, this guy unfortunately has not had a great deal of votes. And here it is, sits about to enter in out on the first week end of the finale. This one, however, has had some decent votes. The Ultima has been very popular, as have the other two four-wheel drive entries. But we'll talk about those next weekend when we see how they get on their first race. So the Ultima is going up head-to-head against the Frog for our first race. I will come back at the end and give you guys a wrap-up of the leader table. I mean, on paper, this is where it's at, right? This one should win. But we do know that the humble Frog has been able to upset the odds on more than one occasion out on the Orchard Raceway this season. So let's cut to the action and see who comes out on top on race number one. Exactly how I intended to start the run, or how I intended to take the first bend. So you'll see the RCs jumping around into Creation Corner. There was a molehill that came up right on the entrance to the bend, and I flattened it down, but clearly not good enough. I was really wrestling with the Frog at the start of these laps. It was really difficult for me to get it to go around the corners in a consistent manner, which I haven't had the problem with this particular chassis before now. So I think it was just getting used to it on the track on the particular day. But we soon got in. Escaped a lucky beaching there, and as you can see, starting to find the rhythm a little bit better now with the chassis. It's not an easy one to drive actually today on this particular track. I don't know whether it's because between the last run out and this one, the track had weathered a little bit and got a little bit, as you can see, broken up in their sections. The grass got a bit longer. It just started to get a little bit trickier for me to drive this particular chassis on, but we're starting to put in some more consistent laps now. Famous last words. Stop. One, go. So you can already see after that opening lap, this one goes like an absolute rocket. I think this is probably one of the quickest silver can chassis that I have, and it must be down to the way it's geared. It just accelerates so quickly out of the turns. I love the way this thing handles, and as you can see, as the laps go on here, this car gets faster and faster and faster. My only comment would be it seems to struggle with grip, though, coming out of Creation Corner. And I think that's to do with the tyres, but also the dirt around there was pretty loose. So if I applied the throttle too quickly, the wheels spin, and with the rear wheel drives, you just get that oversteer, and it just comes, the back end comes around too quick. And quite often, as I just showed there, I slam into the piping on the edge. Couple of really fast laps before that little spin, you can just see how quick this chassis is, and I actually think that there's a lot more in this. Whether I can access it over the course of the finale will be the deciding factor, whether this comes out on top or whether we see it finishing as a runner-up. Welcome back. That was awesome. So, unfortunately, 3 points goes to the Ultima for completing 15 laps in 127 seconds, 0.73. The Frog, unfortunately, only did 7 laps, so that gets it 0 points. 0 points, 3 points. What's interesting, though, fastest lap for the Frog was a 7.84, which is... Its fastest was 7.5 something in the round. So that's not too far off what this thing's capable of. What is amazing is this posted a fastest lap of 6.47, which makes it the 3rd fastest car around the Orchard Raceway this season, which kind of blows my mind a little bit. That fastest lap is faster than the Thunder Dragons. So the Ultima has really laid down a marker, I think, for us there. Let's take a look at the league table. There we go. Welcome to the Orchard Raceway Finale league table in fantastic, high-definition, whiteboard graphics. Yeah, I wish I could have found a way of doing it on the screen, but I'm not that technical with the editing software, so we've had to make do with the whiteboard, which is, I think, you know what, it's good enough, right? It's good enough. So we've got the Ultima on top with 3 points after 15 laps. Fastest time, 6.47. Highlight again to you guys, that is the 3rd fastest time we've had out on the Orchard Raceway. The only cars that have gone faster than that, and I'm just going back consulting my notes, are the TTO2B, which did 6.27, which is currently our fastest lap on the Orchard Raceway, and the DFO3, which did a 6.33. So that is not far off. That 2-wheel drive is not far off those 2 pretty high-spec modern 4-wheel drives. And I'm pretty good at driving that TTO2B, so I think that's a phenomenal fastest lap. And for those of you that have voted the Ultima, you must be sat there feeling pretty smug right about now. The Frog, unfortunately, did not better its fastest lap. Its fastest lap round the Orchard Raceway is currently 7.71. So it's not far off 7.84. That is... I said it was 7.5 a minute ago, and I stand corrected. 7.71. So that's not far off its maximum fastest lap. I think the Frog is really going to struggle here against these other RCs. But we've still got another match to play in round 1. We've got the Thunder Dragon against the Hotshot coming next week. Until then, bye for now. Thanks for watching, and see you all soon.